Tack so much for coming. It means so much to me that you're here. There's a lady there filming this actual bit. What a weird kind of moment that's going to be. You'll have your camera next to the real TV, just kind of looking. I've done a better job than them. It was quite nice as well. Your face was lit up there. It was quite nice. It's like, ha, 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 ha. And then you got caught, and then the light just went off into the dark again. So I'm in a fantastic mood. I moved here a few years ago. I love this land, this Scandinavian world. It's brilliant. You're very polite, but extremely rude. It's a weird combination. Because you don't, here's an example. You don't let people off trains before getting on, do you? You just get on. It's a really weird head thing to work out. Because normally, around the world, they go, oh, train's here, there you go, enjoy your journey, it's been good. We'll get on now, shall we? Not here. Fy fan. They wait, they measure where the doors are. They know exactly where they're going to open, and there's a whole family behind a guy called Leffe. They're like, vänta nu, Leffe, vänta nu. Then the doors open, there's a little old lady waiting to get off with a rollator. Beautiful svensk word, rollator. It sounds like a Game of Thrones character, doesn't it? I am Hodor, I am rollator. I shall meet you in Västerås. So she comes off. Leffe couldn't care less. He just kicks it out the way. His family, get the seats, Leffe, get the seats, Papa. Fy fan, det är bra. That's why I'm always surprised by people here. You always think you're going to get invaded. No one's going to invade. Don't freak out. Can you imagine that? A big ship coming up the river going, we can take them. This is going to be no problem. Are you ready, soldiers? They open the wooden door. Loads of Swedes will get on before any of the soldiers can get off. Doors are open, people just walking through. Get the seats, Leffe, get the seats. I love traveling. I think it's beautiful, I went all the way up to the top. You can go like Finland, you can go up to a place up the north of Sweden called Kiruna. If you've been there, it's an incredible thing. It's miles away. Gandalf got off, basically. He said it was too far, It's an amazing place. It's right up the top. And it's a mining town. It's actually a mining town. They're actually picking up the town and they're moving it. And nobody's complained. Fy fan. How Swedish is that? They're like, you don't live there, you live over there now. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. I thought we lived there. Now you live here. Oh, taka. No, it's great when you move here because you get used to the seasons. You're told about the seasons, And the seasons are different. The winter arrives. Means nothing to Swedes, nothing at all. It's just a different jacket, that's all it is. Just put on the big one, the snooze goes in. Blanket, one eye showing. See you in April. But then just a glimpse of that little sunshine. And you're walking in the colder jacket. But you can't change back to the bigger jacket. Nah, you've got to keep the cold jacket. You've got to be Swedish and just keep it. Fy fan. My wife is amazing, but she tells me when the vårkänsla arrives. The vårkänsla. I don't think there's any country in the world that reacts to a bit of sunshine like the vårkänsla, like the Swedes. You're just looking at it like that. It's the vårkänsla. It's like people just standing at the bus stop. Missing like 3 buses. Brilliant. And my wife's amazing. She just loses. She's like, it's the vårkänsla. It's the vårkänsla. She turns into Gollum in the forest. She's like, the vedsippa. The only thing that annoys the Swedes is slask. Fy fan slask. Look at that. Yeah. Even now, the fy fan slask. Just looking at wet snow. Fy fan slask. Just getting there to get your kids to walk through it as punishment. Fy fan. Va, papa, va. When we moved here, we moved to a place called Norrköping. It's got a big roundabout, Norrköping. Gives you one more chance to get out. And we got married there. The whole wedding was in Swedish, so I don't know what I've agreed to. Oh, I love it. And they've got budget airlines there, haven't they? Just there, but Stockholm Skavsta. It's called Stockholm Skavsta. Fy fan, you can get rid of the Stockholm. It's nowhere near Stockholm. It's closer to Germany than it is to Stockholm. I love those people that they book a 4-day break to Stockholm. They get out of the airport really confused. Fy fan, it's a lot smaller than I thought. Just 3 buses and a weird farmer behind a tree. There's always a farmer behind a tree in Sverige. Just checking the shit. But I do love it because you get to travel. You travel so much. It's wonderful being in Europe, you know. And they have traditions. You meet people all around Europe. They do this thing. They do the double kiss, you know. That's a greeting. That's a greeting. They're like, fy fan. You don't do that here, do you? No. You guys just shake hands when you get married. That's enough, isn't it? Oh, I love you. I love you too. If you really love them, you get them in a headlock. Oh, that'd be fun. I think it's brilliant. I'm such a positive person as well. Made the move here, you know. And there's a few things I struggle with. I did this thing where I went on a night train. You must do this once in your life. You do a night train. It takes ages, like months with all the delays. You get to know people on there. You're like, oh, I won't forget you, man. And it's brilliant. And I was like fast asleep. I was in the bottom bunk. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm down asleep down here. And then the door opened. And this guy walks in. Stockholmer walks in, hair back. He's like, Tja! Natural Botox is Sverige, you know, the old kind of snooze. Tja! And I'm like, what? He's like, Tja! If he saw a shark on the beach, he wouldn't know what to do, you know. Tja! I'm in the bed, I'm like, sina! I don't think I opened my blanket, if I recall. I think I just flashed a nipple like that. Sina! We got talking, right? We got talking. I knew him for about 33 seconds, and then he decided to take his clothes off. I love the laughter. It's not a weird reaction, it's just laughter. It's just, ha ha, yeah. Absolutely fine, you can do that, can't you? What's wrong with that? He takes all his clothes off. You've got to remember the height I'm at during the whole story. I'm down here in the bottom bunk, I'm chatting away, and then I just turn, he's there. I'm looking into the eye of the beast. My brain's saying, don't look. But my eyes are gone, take a look. Then he does one of the greatest things ever. He goes, aha, good night. He's bigger than me in every department. I definitely checked that bit out. And he walked up the ladder nude. You can't Google that kind of shit. He seemed to hit the ladder on the way up. Weirdest noise I've ever heard. It just kind of went like that. Like a flat tire on a bike, you know? Fy fan. But you got to keep doing that, you know? Nudity's a cool thing. Good on yous. I was on the beach, you know, for those 4 days. I was on the beach. And the guy had a towel around, and the wind picked up the towel. Showed everything, didn't he? And that guy still lives in this country. If that was me, I'd be like, fy fan, they've seen it. Sell the house, get rid of the kids, we're out of here. You guys don't care. Because it's different, you know? New Zealand, different culture, different world. This part of the world's original. I like that. The language is tough. I have struggled with the language. It is. It's like, you know, you can go to the north and people are going for no reason, just talking away, and they're fy fan. And you think it's drugs. You think it's like, but it's not drugs. But then you talk to them and you think, it must be drugs. There's something in the water. Sverige, Norge, you do that kind of, yeah! I love that, yeah! You having a good day? Yeah! I thought everyone had asthma when I first got here. Yeah! I thought Darth Vader was like Scandinavian, you know? Yeah! But I think that one of the greatest ways to work out a Swede, and it's a wonderful thing, is when you see each other and you haven't seen each other for a little bit. You know, it could be days, months. You're walking along and you'll see someone, you'll go, Nääämen! Brilliant. Nääämen! And the other person looks back and goes, Nääämen! Brilliant. When I first heard that, I thought I'd stepped on a cat's foot. Nääämen! Fun. It's one of the most aggressive hey it's yous ever. It's like a little ninja jumping from the bushes. Nääämen! Fy fan, nääämen. But I love the travel. I think the travel is brilliant. I'm from New Zealand. Anyone ever been to New Zealand? Excellent. Less people have been to Kiruna than New Zealand. That's what I like about you Swedes. It's beautiful, New Zealand, 1 day away from here, 1 day, and I love it. Because if I go back, I have to fly with Scandinavian people, you know, Swedes and everything. Swedes are amazing, you know, because you've all got the same kind of policy. You think there's going to be no alcohol on the plane, so you get drunk in the airport before flying. Every plane I've ever been to New Zealand, and it takes 1 day to fly to New Zealand, right? When you get on, they take your calendar off you and rip out Tuesday. They're like, you won't be needing that up there. That day does not exist. Every flight, it's always been like Johansson, Vonberg, Jimberg, Kievberg, gate closing, and these Scandinavians walk in, smashed, like high-fiving people. Shut up. Sha, kiitos, sha. And they sit down, and then it's a non-smoking flight. Snooze goes in, they're like, sha. Don't give a shit. And then you look up, and there's always a delay, and then people are stretching. You know those people? I love those people. I think they just put on the planes for a laugh. Just doing these weird stretches. They're always by the toilets like that, just for fun. You could be flying from Bromma to Arlanda. There's still people stretching like that. Stretch or you die, mate. Love those people. And then you land, and it's free alcohol. That's another amazing thing. It's free alcohol on the plane. People lose their minds. They've sat down shit-faced. They're going off the plane shit-faced. 24 hours of getting hammered. When they land, they just get up. They're like, everybody's left. It's like 4 people standing there like that. They're like newborn horses. I can see the light. Where's Frodo? It's brilliant. But we're famous, you know. New Zealand's famous. Famous for a few things. We've got like hobbits and rugby. And kiwi fruit, basically kiwi hobby for food, and very famous for that, you know, hobbits and rugby, basically. I think we should mix them up. I think that would work. I'd love to see hobbit rugby. I think that'd be great. But we love it, you know, and we're world champions at rugby, you know. Thank you. Yeah, I played a massive part in the victory. But we do a Maori war dance. I mean, because we're not really involved in any wars. We're a day away, you know. You know, it's too far, you know. You can't really surprise invade anyone when you're a day away, you know. Oh, Luxembourg, it's New Zealand here. It's Monday night. Be there by Wednesday. Just turning up jet lagged. Ha! You shot a dolphin, Barry. But we do this Maori war dance. We come out and we go, komate. Freaks everyone out. Apart from the Irish team. The Irish team didn't give a shit. The Irish just stood there and went, ha, we've got river dance. That's why I think, like, Sweden should do små grodorna. That would be amazing. Just out of the national anthem, Zlatan. Små grodorna. Can take his headband out. Koakaka. I tell you what they do here, and what game you do play, and it confuses me, is hockey, right? I know it's, you know, the cold weather, in with the hockey, the ice, you know, the ice hockey, fy fan. It's one of the most aggressive sports. It's like Viking days, isn't it? The game I went to see, they just hit each other with sticks. Just smashing each other, hitting the helmets off, fy fan. And then the best person to watch is the referee. He's just skating on his own. He's nowhere near the fighting. He's like, I don't know what you know about me. And he looks over, he's like, oh, trouble. And he comes skating over. Sina. He's got gold dust in his hand. Sina. Helmets on, sticks out. Play, boys. Skates off again. It's brilliant. They do this. They retire shirts. If a player's really good, they retire it. Yeah, exactly. They put a big shirt in the roof for no reason. Because they're a legend. They go, ha, 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 ha. The legendary big shirt. They're like, nobody can wear that shirt. I was like, I know they can't. It's in the roof. It's like when you find an old woman's bra in the tvättstuga. Have you done that? Just behind the washing machine, you're like, ha, 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 legendary boobies. You're on your own, aren't you? So you try it on. No, you don't. And she comes back in, you've got it on, you're dancing. You're in your own world. Ooh la, ra ra, tvättstuga, ra ra, woman's bra, it's your bra. Fy fan inte bra. I had to wear, I've got a bit of makeup on, I don't know if you guess. Doesn't look any better, does it? Makeup is supposed to enhance you. Thank you. But I'm 44 now. 44. Thank you. I said that twice, hoping you'd be slightly surprised. But you're like, no, that's about right. That's about right, actually. Yeah, 44, slight man boobage. Yeah, I agree. I mean, 44, I'm not cool, you know. People don't see me in the street and go, hey, what club you going to tonight, mofo? No one's ever said that to me. They normally ask me where the nearest hamburger restaurant is. Because I'm not fat. I've just got a face that looks like I enjoy a burger. You know those people you go, fee fan, he likes a burger. You know, taka. Father, now I'm a father. How many people have got children? Yeah. And I've got 2 kids. I've got these wonderful kids. I've got little Gooben. It's that big. And then I got little Gooman. Amazing. You can only tell the difference by the hands. And they got little Gooman, and older people are called Gooben and Gooman as well. Not confusing at all. Chasing them round Ica, older Goobens. Ayabaya Gooben, ayabaya. Little Guben's a legend. A little one, the Guben, just sits there all day. He's so happy with life. Headbutts the floor every now and again. Let's get this day started. She's like an evil Yoda. I love her. We have this amazing bit of interaction. Every now and again, she needs to take a little thing, a shit, okay? And it's brilliant. I don't know if you've ever been involved, not involved. What you should do is not get involved. Just leave them. Because it's like a storm is coming. Just get inside and hide. Because she just kind of looks at me like that. And I'm an idiot because I go, "Are you all right? What's going on?" She's like, "Yeah! Fy fan!" And then she does weird stuff. She just hides underneath tables. She's like the Predator in the wardrobe, like that. For days. And I don't do jokes. I don't normally do jokes about poo. Poo's funny, but I don't do jokes. But you guys are very open here in the land of Scandinavia. You don't care. I've been at a restaurant, someone stood up, an adult, and gone, "Ja, masturbajsa." An adult. And I'm sitting there eating my meatballs going, "Fy fan." I know exactly what's going on. Comes back, he's like, "Fy fan, feel better." It's a guy, surprisingly. But you've got that moment as well. Have you ever had that moment when you're on the toilet and there's no paper? I think that is one of the most awkward moments. You're sitting there, you go, "Fy fan, why didn't I prepare? There's no paper." And you say it like once, "There's no paper." And then the door just opens, doesn't it? And a hand comes in, holding a toilet roll. You thought you were alone in the house. You don't even know whose hand it is. Just starts looking around. It's like a really bizarre version of Jurassic Park. Na, 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 na. You go, "Drop it, drop it." And they drop it and you do the little shuffle. And my son, little Guben, he woke me up the other day, 4 o'clock in the morning, by driving a mini tractor across my face. Weirdest wake-up call of my life. I'm like, "Fy fan, this is a weird dream. Tractor? I don't remember being seduced by a farmer. What's going on here?" Then I just hit the light, my son's standing there like that. I'm like, "Dude, it's 4 o'clock in the morning." As though he's going to go, "Shit, is it really?" For Lord, Papa. I thought it was like 8. For Lord. He just stands there and goes, "Bully bomba." But he's a legend. Socially, he introduced himself most occasions as Nakenfees. I think that's his name. He just comes out, he goes, "I'm Nakenfees." Doesn't care. Nakenfees. Doot, 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 doot. The other day we were on a bus. He was in the back window. Nakenfees. I've chased him through restaurants. Nakenfees. Him, not me. There's a certain age when it doesn't end up being funny. You got to stop it. So I was told. Nakenfees, and I love it. And we learn so much from him, you know. And we went for the walk through the long grass, you know. And in Sverige here, you've got all these beautiful bits of grass and beautiful forest, and you walk along. And we went for this long walk. And then my wife gets this SMS. It said, "Varning. It's a festing area. Be careful." We still don't know who it came from. Varning. It's a festing area. Be careful. I said to my wife, "What's a festing?" She said, it's Sverige's most dangerous animal. I was like, nah. She said, you. She said, it puts more Swedes in hospital than any other animal. I was like, fy fan. Where is it? How big is it? She said, it's that big. And it's blind and it's deaf. And it's still Sverige's most dangerous animal. What a country. So it's blind and deaf. It just tries to hear kind of like vibrations. Sits on a tree and then goes, fy fan. Oh, okay. And then jumps. What a moment. Yeah! Misses and has to stay there underneath the tree for another 3 years. And I said to my wife, you know, because I'm from New Zealand, I've been to places like Australia. They have dangerous things. They have like snakes, spiders, and racists. So I'm not afraid. I said to my wife, what do we have to do? And there was people having like barbecues and people playing with balls, like footballs and stuff over there. And she said, we have to check everyone for fästings, you know, for ticks. We have to check for ticks. I turn around, my son's already nude, right? He's just standing there like that. Oh, yeah. Let the schnopp feel the wind. I was like, Guben, come over here. He puts his hands up and we check him everywhere for fästings. Nothing. And he's disappointed. Of course he is. He's 5 years of age. He thinks if he gets bitten, he'll turn into like, he's seen Spider-Man. He thinks by getting bitten, he'll turn into like a superhero, you know? Sverige superhero, fästing boy, or something like that, you know? Just running around squirting coffee at people, you know? Påtår! So we look him all over, right? Look him all over, and there's no fästings, and he's disappointed. Of course he is, you know? He's like, nej, fy fan. Walks away like that, you know? Wrestle with a squirrel or something. And then my wife says, why don't we check Papa? And I go, why don't we not? Because I don't do nudity. I'm from New Zealand. We're born with trousers on. But there's a crucial moment when my son hears this and goes mental. He goes like this, he hears, why don't we check Papa? He goes, yeah! This is like the greatest day out ever. Yeah! Get them off! No! Becomes the most aggressive customs officer of all time. Puts a rubber glove on, you know. Get them off! No! Fy fan. I look at him and I don't want to disappoint him. Of course I don't. So I take most of my clothes off, apart from boxer shorts. Thank you. And I made it into like a homemade G-string. For reasons I don't really know, to be honest. Just, you know, while you can, you might as well. And I make it into a homemade G-string, and then I find a tree, and I hold the tree, I hug it, and I just think, what's happened to my life? What road have I taken which has led me to this Swedish forest where I'm just hugging a tree with a 4-year-old screaming, get them off! Behind me. Then it gets worse. A plane flies over. I think it's Google Earth. I think they're taking photos of the area. In a few years, someone will be on like a tablet thing going, what's that? Zoom in, zoom in. What's that white thing underneath the tree? And it'll be just me looking up. 4-year-old nude going, ha! And then my wife goes, you, I've got one. I found one. And I said, why are you whispering? It's deaf. And she grabs it out. She goes, pulls it out. I thought you had to use something, but she just pulled it out. Even the festing surprised, you know. I thought you had to use an instrument or something like that, some kind of instrument, not guitar or drums. Just start drumming like that, just walks out. Probably wouldn't hear it though. And she's got it and she goes, yeah. And I feel manly and I look to my son and I go, yeah, we've captured one. We have caught the beast. And my son's over here and he goes, yeah, yeah. He gets so excited. He's like, yeah, I'm going to call it Peter. I'm going to call it Peter. Because he names everything. Even the remote control for the TV at home's called Ingrid. Which is all right when you're on your own, but when you got visitors, he comes downstairs. I can't find Ingrid. Told you she needed batteries, Papa. She's probably behind the sofa again. So he runs over, he goes, I'm going to call it Peter. I'm going to call it Peter. And then my wife, she gets the festing, she pulls a lighter, you know, for cigarettes, out of her pocket, and she goes, and burns Peter. Fy fan. I start crying. Oh, Peter. My son has a meltdown. He's like, nay, Peter. He runs off nude into the forest. I'm chasing him. I've got boxer shorts on. My junk's bouncing everywhere. I'm running after him. He's shouting out, I loved Peter. I loved him. Why did Mama kill Peter? You should have kept Peter in your room, Papa. Then I went back to my wife and I said, why did you do that? She goes, I'm Swedish. I was told from the age of 3 that they have to burn. I said, why is that? And she said, I don't really know. And I love the outlook on life. That's how you should have life, you know? You should get embarrassed. It's like when you see a person with a weird eye. Your brain goes, don't mention the eye, don't mention the eye. And then you go, what's wrong with your eye? I think that's amazing. I think we have to continue to be embarrassed. You know, when we meet people, I met my hero, right? I met my hero, a guy from U2, little guy. He is Bono, his name is. I don't know if you know him. Tiny man. He's like Bilbo Baggins in high heels. And at my age, this is the handshake, you know. I love it. We do this, don't we? We shake hands like that. That's the way you shake a hand. A bit more stronger than that, but that was almost like I'd met the prince. Oh, that'd be fun. Kiss the ring, kiss the ring. But normally the handshake goes in, doesn't it? You know, sometimes here, this part of the world, you go in and you pull them in, don't you? But you're trying to make sure the old schnapps don't touch, you know. I can't touch a schnapp, you know, that rule. But you go in with the handshake, very strong. But I met Bono, tiny little man he is, very small. They warned us, he's in the room, be careful, you know. Don't walk on him. Just in case, you're like, Nääämen, it's Bono, you know. And he was there and he had sunglasses on, a leather jacket, and he was like, beautiful day. It was raining outside. And I went to shake his hand. I got about that far away. And Bono puts his hand up like this. And we get about this far away. And then for some reason, my brain goes, nah. You're cooler than that. You're Al Pidger, a.k.a. gangster rapper. So I go in like this. I go into like a gangster fist bump. I don't know if you've guessed. I'm not a gangster rapper. I've never done the fist bump. I'm like, nay. Bono's hand comes up. It becomes the most awkward paper, scissors, rock I've ever been involved in. My brain's going, nay. My stomach's going, nay. I panic and I don't know what to do, so I just sort of hit his hand. I'm gently kind of punching Bono's hand. My hero. I'm like, fy fan, it's not going well. And I panic even more, and then I just grab his finger. One of the greatest moments of my life. Just holding Bono's finger. Looking at him, and Bono's like, nah. Even he's freaked out. He's like, whoa. People are walking past. What the? And I think that's great. And I think, and I sort of held him there, and then I was asking him about the albums. Achtung, baby, I like that change. And then I just started stroking his jacket. It's weird, and I don't want to pull him closer. And then I just hold his elbow. As though he's just it's gonna fall off. I'm just holding. You can't go up the arm. You've just got to stop there. Nice to meet you, and walked off in absolute shame. But I think that's what it is, you know. I've learned that thing here. I've learned that meeting people is sometimes a bit strange here. You know, I've carried the traditions. I think we should always keep these traditions, never lose them, you know. You've got Swedish traditions. I love that. My neighbor the other day, he went mushroom picking. Yeah, exactly, mushroom picking. He went, I'm off to my Cantarella Stella. And I was like, fy fan, is that Cantor? Oh, do you mind if I join you? Va? Nay. You can have my children for a month. You'll never know where I keep my mushrooms. Now leave me alone. So precious. It is, it's beautiful. And you've got your own little, you know, I've been there at your celebrations. Your celebrations are incredible. I went to this place and they were eating like kraftor. You know kraftor? Crayfish. I have to say crayfish because no one understands when I say kraftor. I think maybe the subtitles on the TV will explain it. Question mark. No, I went and I tried this kraftor and but there's a moment, right? There's a moment where you should just leave the kraftor. It's done. But you don't, do you? You think there's gold at the end of thy kraftor. The Swede just grabs it and there's like... It's like Chewbacca eating a banana. Fy fan, the kraftor. And the grill. I'm from New Zealand. You do the barbecue. If there's a sheep, you catch it, you put it on. If it's not cooked, you die. Simple, every day. With a Swede, the grill is one of the biggest operations of all time. There's like 3 or 4 people. There's always one. It's always a guy. He's always the expert, you know. He puts down stuff. They cook one Prince Corv in 9 hours. Just smoke everywhere. It's in everybody's eyes. Everyone's like, oh. The kids are crying. There's always a drunk Swedish man walking behind, going, no, I wouldn't do it like that. I don't do it like that. Nay. Nay, I use more paper. What's that? Nothing. But where we moved, right? We moved to this beautiful place, and it's surrounded by old people. It's got old people, not round the house, kind of just like against the wall, scraping them off, you know. There's a guy called Bengt that lives there. Bengt, you know. If you haven't got a Bengt in your life, you can buy one online. Go on Blocket or something. There's always a Bengt on sale. Bengt just turns up. You've got no key for your house. He's just inside like that. Bengt told me, because we've got squirrels as well, and he said the best way to get rid of squirrels is to sit in the tree and scare them. You gotta love Bengt just for that. I was like, oh, I'm getting you now, yeah. But when we moved there, Bengt told all the neighbours that someone in the entertainment world was moving in. Tack. And the other people were like, who is it? Who is it? And he panicked. He was like, Al Pacino. That's a true story, so you can imagine how disappointed they were. When I opened the door and I got out of the removal truck, I'm like, Sina. They're like, into Scarface. The traditions are amazing. Bengt wears shoes, doesn't he? He wears the metal shoes on the shoes, you know? You know, the little old people that have to keep on the earth just in case they slide off it. During winter, they put these attachments on like that. And they follow you and you're like, Fifan, leave me alone, Robocop. I saw a little old man, he'd lost his metal shoe and this one was just stuck in the snow. Just going round in circles. Must have been Norwegian, like drilling for oil, you know. Because that's very important, isn't it? I love that in Sverige. You know, the things over the shoes. You know, you go to Dagis, you've got to wear the blue bags on the shoes. You have to wear them. They lose their minds if you don't put blue bags over your shoes. Even little Goobans like, put on the blue bags! But if you leave with the blue bags still on your shoes, not one Swedish person will tell you. Absolute Swedish law to let someone with blue bags walk out. Still got blue bags on them, look at them. Get that on Instagram. Hashtag Smurffoot. There's no real message to the show at all. I just think we've got to be caring. We do, we've got to be caring, you know. Do a good deed for the day. When we first came over here, right, I was going to to her grandparents, and they live in a little red house with the white windows, you know those places? And the grandparents in Sverige are called Påtår and Fåtår. It's a very, very easy system. Hejdå, Mordor, Fåtår, back door, front door, we are the doors. Come on baby, light my fire. And we went to Mordor and Fåtår, and we celebrated my birthday. Now, there is no other country, no other area of the world that loses their shit over a birthday like you people. It's incredible. And you don't warn anybody. It just happens. I was asleep, I was with my wife, I was at Mordor and Fåtår. The time went to like 4 o'clock in the morning. And then outside in the forest, I just hear this. I wake up, I go, what the hell is that? I think the Smurf's fighting with a cat. Then all of a sudden the door just opens like this. CSI Norrköping. No knock, why would they be? Flies open, guess who it is? It's Mordor and Fåtår. Fy fan. They're walking towards me with a tray of Fika at 4 a.m. Va? We had Fika at midnight, you mad bastards. There's a plunger of coffee this big. They're expecting 300 people in there. They put no vatten in it. More kaffe, more kaffe. It's the strongest shit I've ever tasted. I had a coffee at Mordor and Fåtår. I was awake for 3 weeks. I think I had an erection for like 3 days. Just shaking. I should have had a latte. They're walking towards me, this angelic kind of... There's a Swedish flag on the tray as well, just in case you forget where you are. I think they're sleepwalking. I'm looking at them. I'm like, Nääämen! But they get closer and closer, and then they change the song, and everybody in this room does this. You go, ja, and then you look at them and you go, hurrah, hurrah, hurrah! It is without doubt the weirdest song change of all time. It's like Celine Dion into Slipknot halfway through. Ja, my liver, hurrah, hurrah, hurrah! I'm like, fy fan Påtår. Herregud. Well, I did a good deed, right? I did a good deed. I helped a person out. I was following this old lady, right? Not following her. In an FBI kind of way. Got her. I was behind her and she was carrying these bags, right? Bags of shopping. And she was like walking along, fy fan. And she had like 3 bags over her hands. And like, Rah! And I'm behind her and I thought, you know what? I can help her out here. I should help her out. And I'm but I can't find my moment when to get in. And I can see in the bags there's gurkha and cat food. There's always gurkha and cat food. I think after a certain age, you've got to buy gurkha and cat food, even if you haven't got a cat. And then there's a piece of chicken there, and it's like green piece of chicken, red sticker on it, reduced price, 120% off, eat now or die. It's a green piece of chicken, it's like Shrek's penis, like that, just kind of, if you've Googled that. And I'm behind her, I'm trying to help her, and then all of a sudden she just goes up the steps. Right? I didn't throw her up the steps, but she went up the steps just as I'm helping, when you go to help someone. She goes up onto the tunnel bar. She waits not on the tunnel bar, she's not on the roof like that. She waits on the platform, she goes up on the platform, and she's holding her bags like that. And I thought, fy fan, I can help her out, can't I? But then I see it says 5 minutes, right? And I think that's too long. It's too long to help someone, isn't it? Because then what do we talk about? We're just holding her bags like that, just kind of, And I saw that one had like willies written on it. I'd be like, bag of willies. Like that, I'm not too mature to not do that joke. But I see it and I think, I can't help her. 5 minutes is too long. So I just walk around her and wait for her. Like a shark getting ready for their prey. And I have to do this motivating kind of noise, kind of, like that. Sounds like a seagull hitting a window, And I'm waiting, and then it comes up 2 minutes, 1 minute, and then the train's here, it's here. I've measured exactly where the doors are. They're there. She's holding these 2 bags of shopping, and I go up to her and I go, I'll take those. When I look back now, I think this is where it went wrong. I've gone in English. I've gone in a bit too like, I'm taking that, Sometimes you have to be kind of, I'm taking that, And Swedes don't like help. Sometimes you don't like help here. You could be in quicksand. Nay, 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 nay. You! So I grab the bags. People are getting off the train. I'm Swedish. I don't give a shit. I walk through them. I put the bags down. As I turn, the doors, they shut. Fy fan. She hasn't followed me. I've now got her shopping on a train and she is on the platform. It could not have gone any worse. I look at the shopping, I can't believe it. I look at her, she can't believe it. She's like looking down, she's got an empty hand. She's like, fy fan. What's happened to the world? Why are there people walking around stealing gurkha and cat food? I then turn to the other passengers and I go, I've got her shopping. But they're from Stockholm, they don't give a shit. They got busy lives. One person looked over their paper. Oh, yeah. I'm looking at then I think, what can I do? So then I go to the windows of the doors and I put my face up against the window and I say to her, you, me, next station. But I do it slightly too aggressive and it looks like I'm picking a fight with an old lady. You and me, next station. It's gone horribly wrong. She's like a confused pigeon. She's just looking around. Then I see emergency alarm, 500 krona fine for misuse. You know, if you pull it, I thought, I can't explain this. And then I was told later, if you pull the alarm, it doesn't actually stop the train. The emergency doesn't stop it. Brilliantly Swedish idea. It stops in the next station. But what if that next station's 9 hours away? Emergency alarm pulled, Umeå, 9 hours. So I think I can't touch the alarm, and then I turn and I look at her, and then we've had this moment where we're staring at each other, and then the train does that little kind of shake, you know? Sometimes it does that little kind of shake. And then I start moving and I don't know what to do, and I look at her and then I just go, fy fan, I've done like the double thumb emoji, meaning it'll be all right. I get off at the next station, right? The doors open, I get off, I got the gurkha and the cat food. And I wait on the platform. I wait for 9 more trains. Exactly, do the maths on that. A long time. And she doesn't turn up. And every time the doors open, I run in with the gurkha and the cat food. It's like a weird version of Wallander. Have you seen an old lady? And then I jump off. I go to the ticket office. I go, I've got gurkha and cat food from an old lady. We're shut now. And I never saw her, never met her again. And I'm not being an arsehole, because I'm not an arsehole. I'm a good guy. I tried to help her out. But it went horribly wrong. In fact, it went more wrong than I could have thought. But there's not a day when I don't think of that poor lady who had done her regular weekly shop. She'd been to different supermarkets for different specials. And she was walking home disappointed. She opens the door and the husband's there going, Va? Huh? Where's the rest of the shopping? And then she has to explain. She said, well, there was this guy. He had a face that looked like he enjoyed a burger. And he was walking around me, making these weird noises. And then he timed it perfectly, grabbed the shopping, jumped on, looked at the other passengers, went, ha, I've got her shopping. And then he's gone like this, ha. What did he take? This is the weird part. He took the gurkha and the cat food. And the cat's behind the husband going, nah. Va? The cat mart? Nah. Just walks off showing her bum like that. All cats do that. But I think about that woman all the time. You know when you watch a movie and you think, oh, that's awful. This is my real life. Every day I'm like, God, shit, I did that, didn't I? And I think of her, you know, maybe that was it, man. You know, maybe that was it. Maybe she moved away. Maybe she moved to a different part of the city. And today she felt good, didn't she? She'd forgotten about everything. She'd had her shopping and she was walking along. and there was a breath of fresh air, and she thought, fy fan, the world is good. And then she stopped and she looked down and she saw the poster to this show. And she saw my face. And she moved closer and she said, fy fan, it's that cat food gurkha stealing bastard. So she went online and she bought a ticket. And she's here tonight. She's just behind you and she stands up now and she goes, Nääämen! That's our picture. Tack så mycket!